Hi, I'm Dave Lozio, and I'm CFO of Community Butler.
Hi, I'm Matt Sawchuk. I'm the CEO of Community Butler.
I'm Ellis Sawyer, I'm CTO of Community Butler.
I'm Brendan Gould, I'm the CMO of Community Butler.
I'm Zach Robbins, I'm the CEO of Community Butler.
Living in a house has a lot of daily chores that you have to do. Oh, sorry. Yeah. A Community Butler wants to bring back the community feel that our parents always talk about. The time where kids would walk around for hours to try to find chores they could do for extra cash. That's not happening today. Kids would rather have their jobs be given to them automatically. Community Butler allows this to happen by not letting the teen walk around for hours to try to find the job so they still can make extra cash, and letting the adults focus on more important matters or doing what they want instead of doing housework.
So the average household in America does 2 hours a day of tasks. And in 2012, high school students with jobs hit a 20-year low. Our goal is to decrease the amount of hours parents are working in the home and increase the amount of students with jobs. So we're trying to switch them to make it a more better economy and a better environment for these kids and decrease the hours for the adults. Who has this problem? 134 million Americans do tasks every single day, and 86% of these homeowners outsource their jobs to people to do them around the home. And adults do 56 hours a month of tasks, and so we calculate our TAM at $128 billion. Our first year SAM, we really want to stay in the Barrington area, and the way we calculated this is we took 365 days in a year and multiplied that by $55 an hour, which is our mean average task pricing.
Sorry.
Okay, so and then 6 hours, and then we're willing to outsource 6 hours a day to teens within the community. So that's how we calculated SAM at $120,000.
Seriously, Hogs?
Just take a second.
You guys are doing that.
He's going to get stronger as the day goes on.
He always starts off a little weak. You guys have the first hour, sorry.
You all look great.
Thank you. So these are some of our competitors. So TaskRabbit, Handy, Thumbtack, and Hello Alfred. So we're different in many ways. A few of them are, we're community-based. So unlike these, they focus on big cities, and since we focus on the community, our book times are faster. We can incorporate teams, which is really important to us because we understand as all athletes that it's hard to have a job, it's hard to make money. Then also, it's just, it creates faster book times, and we have dynamic pricing.
So this is our solution. We are a community-based online marketplace of both on-demand services and scheduled services. And the reason why, like Brendan said, we are community-based, so we're allowed to have faster arrival time, which is very important in the on-demand area. And we've optimized the site for both mobile and website. So it has a click book now service, which currently we are faster than our competitors, and we want to implement more things to make us even faster. So our whole point is to automate this process, because during our MVP we started to realize people just email us or text us when they needed us to come back. So we want to automate this process by having reoccurring tasks so we don't have them to have to go back through the form. And another way, like I said, we want to decrease the time, the book time. We want to add them to upload pictures or call us, which none of our competitors are doing currently. And so basically the arrival time will be within the hour, and then they have electronic payment with a competitive rating system.
So this is our task pricing. Right now we have two ways in which we price our task, and this is preset pricing. So basically for lawn care, what would happen is it's based on acreage of the land, so it'd probably be around $35 to $50 per acre. And also basic handyman would also be preset, so based on what job was needed. It'd be like, so for during our MVP, we installed a dishwasher that was for $50, just a flat rate. And that's kind of where we got this task pricing from. And these are our per hour task prices. So what we found out, these are actually our main tasks right now. We've, as you can see, we've kind of increased our margins from our MVP period. because we found that people were willing to pay more for our tasks that we were offering. And we've also added new stuff like party staff, which is $30 an hour, which last weekend we got around $300 for party staff party that we staffed. Also stuff like dog walking, which is $12 an hour, which is less than our median of like $25 an hour. So what we found is like super simple, so we charge $12 an hour for that, and everything we have here is $12 a month, just for our pricing.
So as Zach just went over our task prices on an hourly basis, our COGS for our MVP period was we would take 25% of the task price, and then the worker would get 75%. So as an example, for let's say dog walking, we would get $3 from that for the hour. So if they walked for an hour, and then the worker would get $9.
So it's just some extra stuff we learned from our MVP. We used Business Incubator's resources to discover the differences between 1099s and W-2s. And we've also got a lot of other information on our pricing, such as the complex and simple. We just simplified our financial model a lot easier. So as you can see that we have so many different task prices. So we have simple, stuff range around $25, complex that's around $60. And packages, none of our competitors are doing this as well, where you can have multiple workers or have multiple tasks be done at once. And obviously the reoccurring model that are currently none of our competitors. And these are our website views. We got almost 3,000 page views during the month. And right here, there's kind of a drop off. That was during spring break. So I did a little bit of research why that was happening. Because we had an increase of mobile users. And on the phone, it's like a hamburger button. You can't see I need a task. So I added the book now button right onto the site. So they can just tap that and you can see it started going up immediately and it's continued going up. And we have about 76% new visitors.
So when we last met for our MVP, we asked for $410 and we turned that into almost $1,300 during our MVP period.
Did you pay us back yet?
We should have no problem with that.
Well said.
So we took your money to make more money, and we've made great success to try to really implement our business during this MVP period. And I think we had a lot of great success doing so, and that really validates how our idea works within our community. Jobs we have lined up in the next 2 months. We have some general moving labor that we have to do. We have some laying mulch and weeding. Party staff, we have one a few weekends from now. And dog sitting and walking is a huge market in our area. A lot of people have signed up for dog walking and sitting.
Alright, so this is how we're going to be acquiring our customers. So through our MVP period, we found Nextdoor was the best because people would post, hey, I need my dog walked, I need my lawn mowed. And so we'd comment, we'd scout out every day, we'd be like, hey, we can help you if you go to our website, you sign up, it's really fast and easy. And we found out that worked the best. And then Facebook, during MVP, we found out advertising through Facebook didn't really work that well. So there's like 2 different ways. There's either boosting your post or there's advertising. So advertising, we didn't really get anything, but with $1, we boosted a post. And we got like 2 jobs from that. And then also, it's fine. Then to tame toddlers, we're gonna go through social media mainly because that's where teens are spending most of their time. And then also advertising in high schools and colleges, like BHS, we have BHS TV, and other high schools and colleges have that too, where it's like monthly news updates about what's going on. So it'd be a great way to get out to people about who would be interested in doing that, and putting flyers and posters around.
Alright, so let's start a 5-year graph. In year 1, we start out with $31,000 in revenue. We have a nice upward trend. In year 3, we're at projecting $270,000, and then in year 5, $2.3 million. And how we plan on increasing our revenue is we plan on increasing our SG&A prices. So what we're doing in SG&A, we're going to pay for hosting, SEO, so search optimization, and then mainly marketing. We plan on marketing we plan on spreading our marketing out, and then in year 2, we plan on creating an app for our mobile app, so it'll be faster to use, easier to use, and then we plan on our exit strategies in year 5, plan on selling a Nextdoor or TaskRabbit.
The reason you see this growth is like this. We really want to start in Barrington our year 1 and then expand like a tree kind of to other cities surrounding us and other areas.
Alright, so today we're asking for $9,500 for 15% of our company. And a little breakdown of that, we plan on using $3,100 of that for marketing, $2,900 for legal, $1,500 liquidity cushion, and $2,000 for hosting an SEO. That brings the total up to $9,500.
I'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation. We really are a strong team. We've learned a lot doing business with other people. We've gone out in the field, done these ourselves, and we really validated how much this business can be successful, and we're really looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
I'd just like to start, so I say, this is one of the best presentations I've seen, so really well done, you guys. And I want to take your quote as a takeaway comment, you know, we take your money to make more money. I think that should be the tag for the whole program, tagline. You get it. That's it, in a nutshell, so well done.
Thank you.
And I like that you guys tested different marketing tactics and then decided which one worked for you. So, I mean, that's fantastic. And so I'd like to know, in your money that you would like, what are you spending the $3,000 for marketing? What's your plan there?
All right, so marketing for year one, we use $3,100 in it, and we plan on using $2,500 of that for local ads. So we're looking into advertising in the catalog. We don't know yet exactly what we want to do, but local advertising. The other $600 would be for posters, flyers to hand around the community during. So like I know the car show during Thursday nights is a really popular thing in Barrington. So just walk around like community events like that and advertise. And then $2,900 for legal. $2,500 of that would be for liability insurance for the workers, and then the other $400 would be for trademark. And then our liquidity is $1,500, and hosting would be $1,500, and SEO for search optimization would be around $500 we estimate.
The $1,248 of revenue that you generated, how many different customers was that for?
We did around 20 tasks, around like 30 hours.
20 tasks, 30 hours over, and that means it was 20 different customers, or were some people repeating customers?
Yeah, a lot of people were repeating, and we have, like you saw, that we have a lot scheduled. We currently have 2 reoccurring dog walking things. That's $20 a day right now. We just need to get the money from them, which is why we want to incorporate a site with electronic payment. Can't do that right now since we don't have a bank account.
Okay, so I'm still not clear. It's just a number, one answer. How many different customers? How many different individual customers?
Unique customer.
Unique.
Oh, non-recurring, right?
No, just different
Like,
people.
how many Michaels were there, or Carloses, or?
If you don't know, you say you don't know.
Yeah, I'd say about 12.
About 12, okay. And of those, how many were friends and family?
Very little.
None.
Maybe
None.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I would kudos what Carr says, well, great job overall. I've got 2 questions. One, I don't understand. Opening, I think, Matt or Dave, you said $59 per hour was your median, I believe, but none of the math makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Did you mean 25?
No, here, we meant for MVP task, what we've done is they're lower than we have 2. We plan on having 2 things: a simple and a complex task, which our complex would be around $60. So it'd be for more like complicated stuff.
There's nothing complex in this one.
I know. So this is our for MVP. We plan on changing it to
Okay, so
complex and simple. So like
The complex is mostly from like the preset jobs. We said they would range from around a mean average of $60, and we took the mean average of all these, which is $25, and we added the 60 plus 25 by that by 2.
What'd you get for the jobs that you did? What was the average hourly rate for the jobs you did?
The average, well, our prices in the beginning here were really low, which is, we brought that up, and we took a smaller margin of 25%. So
Our average is about $25.
And the only reason why I wrote down $55 too, and that seems like a lot of money. You know, you may be surprised at what happens when you raise your price from 25 to 55.
I'm still not sure I'm following it in that you're going to have more labor rates at higher rates. It's not that you have tech helper average 3 hours and that's how you're getting to 60. It's you're going to have rates at 55 an hour. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay, offline we'd like to understand how you came up with that price. I think that's challenging, but I love that you're going to market. I know I gave you this feedback before, and that is on the lawn services. Because everybody sitting at this table is a client of yours. We're right in your sweet spot. And the challenge with lawn services is difficult for you all to come in with your own mowers and get that done. I'd love to see a focus on all the things you can be good at and use high school, which I didn't hear as much about, marketing, Plain Cut high school kids doing this work for you, which is where you're getting your revenue from, if I saw it. Dog walking, party staff, that doesn't require significant liabilities, and it's much easier to do. So I'll leave it at that. I'd encourage you to continue to focus and not be at 15 things.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that, the liabilities, you put in a dishwasher. Amen. Family? Who, did you do that for a family?
That was family. That was the thing.
That was
We,
hard.
that was, yeah, it was family friend. We wouldn't plan on doing that.
No, it wasn't, because you know them.
We didn't know.
You flood that.
But in any way, you have a huge liability, to Greg's point.
Yeah.
Electrical, if there's a fire in the next year, you didn't do it right, you're not a union electrician, you're not a union plumber. Those things, as they're coming back to you if there's a problem with it. So if you were to shift those tasks to more things that you could limit your liability on,
Yes.
it's, but you, another echo to Greg's point, those are the things that we consume and want to consume, and the fact that you have an on-demand process on your website is, it's pretty quick. How, were you tested on that? That said, that someone called you and said, I need you here tomorrow?
Well, the form goes through in like 2 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So we receive an alert within 2 minutes of someone publishing the form.
Did anybody?
Yeah,
we
turn
turn
next
next
day.
day.
You're heavily scheduled guys,
Yeah, no,
and
yeah.
now all of a sudden you gotta fit in 2 hours worth of weeding at my house tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm at a party tomorrow.
We have a total of like 30 workers right now of high school students, so the chances are we'll probably find someone.
So,
if we can't, we try to.
team, if you don't mind, I'm gonna expand on that. So this farming of new employees, tell me a little bit about that, because I didn't hear, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so basically,
Director of Public Safety.
yeah. So basically, we're targeting social media going to high schools and colleges.
For your employee base.
Yeah, that's just for, those are just student-wise. We also would be planning for, to if can't find anyone, like outsourcing it also. So like, say it's lawn care, we'd also send out lawn company. We have a friend named Parker who knows lawns, and he said he was willing to help us out too.
Is there a process, like an application that they have to fill out to be determined
Yeah,
whether?
you're saying to like recruit these people?
Because do they to qualify as a butler?
Yes, Matt, one of Matt's friends, he like works professionally in this, so I asked him to give me 5 questions that would make someone qualified, and we want to put that into our application. Obviously, we'll be doing not really background checks, but kind of like sex offender stuff like that.
Like
to make
reference
sure-
checks?
Yeah.
So how many employees, these 1,248 hours, did you guys do all the work, or did you have?
No. On multiple occasions, one of us went with them and did it, or we just sent them by themselves and they did it and we got returned the profit.
So part of the $1,248 goes to wages to the employees, right?
No, we've already paid
No,
those.
that's.
That was, so the revenue, you
Yeah,
actually
it's
charged
just
more
clear.
than $1,248.
Yeah.
I actually have a little bit of different feedback than Cara. I think your presentation needs an enormous amount of work. You have such a fantastic story here, and you're not clearly articulating all of your results and what you've done. I mean, you are the first team, and by far out of 3 years, to have an enormous amount of revenue generation here, and you got a really, really viable business. Let's try to make this, as you go out to an investor, tell the story in a more clear and compelling way. See, I still don't even think the $55 an hour, I don't even know where that's coming from, to Greg's point. But it's an amazing business, and the results are great. So back to this $1,248. This is after you paid the employees.
Yep.
How much money did you actually collect from customers?
And what's your gross?
Well, I mean, we did a lot of the work too, and we put all the money back into the company, but we probably had, 5 jobs, 6 jobs from sent other people, and then we take 25% of that, so.
Are you keeping track of all of this? I mean, do you have like a spreadsheet? that you-
Yeah,
we have a
so, like, it's a cash business, so like, you send someone out, we can't keep tabs unless one of us goes,
Alright.
so we try to.
So
All right.
that's why we want to.
We got to get you guys in here too somehow. That's where you'll learn like QuickBooks and how to keep track of all
Yeah,
this.
we
And
want to like incorporate like electronic payments, so we'll be able to take track of all that stuff.
What do you have in the way of quality control? I mean, what do you have in terms of feedback from the users?
Rating system, and if they're, obviously it could call us anytime, but we have a rating system for the Butlers, and if they're dissatisfied, we usually send a follow-up email on how their experience was for quality control.
And what was your results?
All positive. On Nextdoor, Steve can contest this, there's a lot of customers getting recommendations saying that we'll call them back. Especially on our Facebook, we have a couple of people posting about us and we like and share.
Carl?
Think about digitizing that feedback. Diane is not here. She told me this story about using Uber the first time, and everyone needs to be graded on Uber, and she degraded this person negatively on the map, on the direction they took. Uber was back there in a minute with an answer, and I'm not suggesting you do that, but the fact was they could digitize those results and then use those as marketing. Because that's the validation of your good work is your best marketing, and particularly since you're doing so many different tasks. I think this has enormous potential in the fact that, so focus on telling people the gross number, because that's huge, and making it clear that that's a net number, that $1,200. Those are huge things.
That's net income, basically, which is different than revenue.
Yeah. Those are huge things that people want to see. The fact that you have this farm system of 30 kids that are working with you, I see where the Butlers came from. I didn't hear the number, so now I'm saying, holy cow, you've figured out how to make money with the money we seeded you with. You figure out how to distribute this. This could have franchises everywhere.
If you go further, I would encourage you to talk to Funtastic, because it's just,
Last question.
It's just a different model, the same thing. And then I'd like your feedback on how you came up with 75% is going to the person delivering the task. You have $25 in there for a tech labor, so that's probably 15, 17, 18 bucks, whatever that is. Fantastic's charging less than that and getting labor for that. And 2, dynamic pricing, why you came up with dynamic pricing in 30 seconds, I guess, or less.
All right, so what we actually learned is that we want to switch to simple and complex tasks. So complex will be like 60 and then simple will be 25. And we average about 50% we want to take for our COGS. We want to switch that. So for our complex, it would be like we take, I think it was 48% for complex and 52 for simple. So for simple, it'll be $25 is the average task we take.
So are you actually suggesting you're going to have 2 prices?
2 prices.
But in the MVP, you didn't test any of that, all of your success has been on this multiple pricing structure.
Oh, well, we just simplified it in our model.
Last answer.
So it's not what you're going to go to the market with, it's just for simplicity purposes to build the
Yes, and this is just how we decide how much we're going to pay them, because we're doing flat salaries, and so we can have bigger margins, which we found was an error.
Just for clarification, Dave, you're on the other side of Matt, right?
Yeah.
Just to make sure as they grade and stuff like that.
And dynamic pricing is that we saw our competitors would raise their prices if their demand is higher, and lower the prices if the demand was lower. So it creates demand, so we have
I get it.
And then
It just
tell
has
us-
some good and bad.
One more, wait, one more. What about the team dynamics? Are you guys all feeling like you're equally in, and are y'all committed to
we've
moving?
all done these tasks ourselves, so we're in. We even put physical labor in, so.
No fake it till you make it, you're in it to win it.
Yeah, we're totally.
All right.
Okay?
Congratulations.